Hello, folks. Welcome back. Day 18. Today's episode is entitled You Don't Know Jack. Today's sponsors, a little history lesson for you. I'm wearing the Pioneer shirt today. But Pioneer Seed was founded in 1926 by the name of Henry Wallace. Henry Wallace was a native of Iowa and ended up going on founding Pioneer Hybrid Seed Corn, which then later became a member under the Corteva family. And he was the 11th Secretary of Agriculture and the 33rd Vice President of the United States under Franklin Delano Roosevelt. So there you go, a little history lesson we're having here. Wearing the farm girl hat. Farm boy, farm girl is a apparel company, but you'll notice I'm wearing this hat. It's cold outside. Last 2 years we've had snowfall, blizzard type material, things like that happening on this particular weekend. So gotta wear the hat, keep your head cold, or your head's cold, lose a lot of heat out the neck. So a lot of cool stuff like that. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about a monastery. A lot of good things come out of a monastery, like mead, which is a liquor that's made from honey. Beer, another good thing that comes out of monasteries, and another one called Queso Blanco Pace. And this crazy cheese came out of a monastery in Southern California, about 1700s. These Franciscan monks were making this cheese, and they were good farmers and would take the milk that they had, and they would make cheese out of it, their very own type of cheese in the region that's Southern California right now. And like all good things, there came a man who saw the potential in this, and his name was David Jack. David Jack was a ruthless businessman, and right after the Mexican-American War, he and a business friend of his got together and bought 30,000 acres of land in what's now Monterey, California. And along with it came the monastery, and he rose taxes, and he was kind of a tyrant in the area, and whatever land he owned, he considered his. So he took the cheese from the monks and started to market this cheese all over Southern California. And he would call it Jack's cheese. He would call it, for an aged cheese, he would call it Dry Jack. But later on, we just called it Monterey Jack for the reason of the region it was from and the guy who was marketing it. Monterey Jack, if you notice, is a really cool type of white cheese, uncolored, made from cow's milk. It has kind of a bland flavor. Salt brings the flavor out in it, but it accepts other flavors really well. Monterey Jack is relatively unaged. We serve it mild, and it goes well, pairs well in the Colby line of cheeses. Because of its bland flavor and its ability to accept different things, we also can put different things into it. Now, this happens to be a pepper jack, and if you remember previous episodes, this is a longhorn variety, which these guys pack them into a cylinder, and they press the cheese down and press it, and they cut it in half, and this is a longhorn. This is from the World Cheese Championships. I'm not sure where this in the world this came from, the World Cheese Championships, but this is pepper jack. We've seen olive jacks, cranberry jacks, garlic dill jack, garlic jack, and if you're a spicy lover, they do ghost pepper, there's triple X, there's 3 alarm. I've seen, let's see, what else? Oh, Carolina Reaper. You name the type of cheese. I've tried a triple X before, and it took me 3 of these drinks to get 2 slices down with a brat. It's just really hot, and if you think you're tough, take it on. Try the Carolina Reaper stuff. It will light you up. Now, the other thing that's cool about the Jack is that we can take the Jack and the Colby, and we get, remember from yesterday's episode, we get Kojak. Now, how on earth do they keep the color separate? It's called a double O vat. That's where we add our milk and our rennet and our enzymes together and mix that before it goes into the stir tank. The Colby gets the color, the Monterey Jack doesn't, and they combine them into that stir tank that you see at so many different cheese factories there, and then they press it in a silo or into a big barrel. The silo is going to get you 40-pound blocks, and then the other 500-pound blocks that you sometimes see, those get pressed and put away in cooler and then pulled out for later. So Monterey Jack, guy by the name of David Jack, he's kind of a jack. But he did give us this cheese that we can celebrate today. The other little thing that you don't know is that Monterey Jack is a basis for flavor in the Cool Ranch Dorito. So that's a pretty cool thing that we see today in the chip world. My shout outs today go to Gary and Marie Osterberg, who are up in Florence, Wisconsin. You go as far north and east as you possibly can before you get to the UP, and they live up there on the Pine River. They're hanging out up there, and just wanted to give them a shout out. It's very cool that we get to know you guys, and some pretty awesome people up there. Please support your dairy farmers. Go out and buy whatever you can off the shelves. There is no shortage of cheese or milk. Whatever you've heard, there's no shortage of cheese or milk. This stuff will last forever. Remember, this is milk's step into immortality. Get your milk, support your local dairy farmers. Unprecedented times they're going through, and things that you hear, fortunately, they are true as far as what's happening in the dairy supply end. Support them the best you can. If you don't know a farmer, get to know one. Stop in, call them, text them, check in on them. Everybody needs a neck-up checkup these days, and check in on your neighbors. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you for day 19. Take care.